One thing I want to add to the coverage of EA Dice's ongoing meltdown over Battlefield 5 has to do an interesting thing concerning the country of Sweden itself. Now, disclaimer, I've not played any of these Battlefield games, but I'm not here to criticize the games. I'm here to criticize the company publishing them and developing them. See, back in World War II, Sweden likes to claim they were neutral. That is not true. Sweden were literally Nazi collaborators, and the country of Sweden was a major source of iron and steel production for the Nazi war machine. Sweden also assisted in Germany's assaults on the country of Norway, which brings us to the interesting story that everyone's bitching about the Norwegian Whammon soldiers' attack on the heavy water facility in Norway. The real-life destruction of that facility set back the Nazis' attempt to develop the materials necessary to make an atomic bomb by several years. So, this actual real-life undertaking, this operation, was done by primarily a Norwegian commando team staffed of a number of men, and also assisted by a British commando team of the SAS, I believe it was, also staffed by men. This event was not done, this operation was not completed by a single woman with minor assistance from her mother. It was not two people who sunk a submarine and destroyed an entire facility. It was two entire commando teams basically just sabotaging a facility, as far as I know. No women were present or participated in this event at all. So, isn't it funny that a Swedish-based company, Sweden, of course, being what they act like the most feminist, woke country in the world, but were, in 1942, I think this was, Nazi collaborators, who aided in the attacks on the country of Norway, have the nerve to try to rewrite the history, the noble history of the country of Norway, by lying and saying some women who don't even have the right accent or look like they're Norwegian, killing dozens of Nazis in absolutely superhuman feats that no woman would be able to do unless she was pumped full of bull testosterone or something like that, in order to single-handedly, with no help, not even from a commando team of women, just one woman primarily, with minor assistance of another woman, did way more than the real-life effect of this operation by themselves. What an insult from one country to another. What a disgusting show of disrespect to the history of this country. From a country that has no right to ever take a moral stance on World War II at all. Sweden, like Germany, had best just keep their mouths shut about it and move on. Because a company, EA Dice, who calls anybody who criticizes this game the alt-right or a Nazi fascists, and also has the nerve to say that anybody who calls their game historically inaccurate is, quote, uneducated and shouldn't buy the game. Really not just stupid, but utterly malicious and evil. And I don't believe that DICE is going to get away with this. Over the past couple of quarters of this year, along with the launch of Battlefield 5 and the fact that the game itself, according to Battlefield fans, is not particularly good and is lacking in maps and features, EA's total share price is down about 50%. Not quite 50%, but it's about half of their yearly high for 2018. And I believe DICE and the piss-poor media handling of Battlefield 5 is utterly to blame. And you will see EA's price continue to plummet, and DICE will get cut loose. These people will be fired. And that's a shame, because I'm sure that there's just a bunch of people following orders. Another Nazi excuse. I was just following orders of their super woke CEOs and project designers Yeah, people like a former member of DICE, Patrick Soderlund, a total egregious white knight piece of shit, absolutely scumbag virtue signaler, took his $20 million bonus and just left the company, right? Rather than help participate with the company that made him that money, he decided he was going to go make his own company, which will almost certainly fail if he considers DICE not woke enough for his dumbass self. And DICE will probably get shuttered by the end of next year over this. Humongous mistake. And for those people who want the Battlefield of Old back, too fucking bad. Get woke, go broke.